Social media is one of the most powerful things you can use to build your business, especially if you have no audience to begin with. Social media gives you the power to tap into an audience and to build one basically for free. And we're gonna go over some tools that are the best tools to use now to build your audience so that when you launch your product on Amazon, you've got 100 or 1,000 people ready to order your product thanks to the work that you've done. And you can continue to drive growth towards your product. It's one of my best things. It's really helped me. We're gonna talk about some case studies and everything, so everybody stay tuned for this. This is probably one of the most valuable pieces we'll be sharing, just given how transformative it can be for your business and the results that you can have. How to do social media for your product launch. The power of social media. As I just said, social media is so powerful in the sense that, especially in today's era, it has the ability for any business, no matter where you are located in the world, no matter who you are, you can post a piece of content on social media and reach people that have never heard about your business before and drive people through the door. This has never been the case before in history. It's been democratized where anyone can use it, and so many people just ignore it. And if we look today, you'll see how you can't afford to ignore social media if you're launching on Amazon, or regardless of what your business is, but specifically with Amazon. And there is not only one guaranteed way to win, there are 4 things we'll be going over. Number 1, we'll be talking about AJ's case story. His case study of launching Cocktail Cards and the success that he had with social media. Number 2, we'll be talking about utilizing short form content. Short form content is what all the programs are pushing right now, and you're getting the most reach on. So we'll be talking a lot about that. And then we'll be talking about utilizing influencers. This is a scary topic for many, but actually can be very easy and some of the most beneficial things that you'll get out of social media. And finally, 4th, we'll talk about building a pre-launch group. You can do any one of these things, but everything will work the more you put into it and the more that you do together. AJ's story, we've talked about him a few times here. He was one of our first students in the Passion Product Formula. He was a bartender, lost his job during COVID. He came to our program and we used his expertise in bartending to create what we have here is Cocktail Cards. Cocktail Cards is a flashcard deck of cocktails. We actually have it sitting right behind me here. We can break it out in a bit to show you guys. Actually, all of these products that you see behind us, these are all our students who have launched their products on Amazon that are going on to do hundreds of thousands of dollars selling their products on Amazon. Each one of these behind us is a success case. And honestly, there's probably a few on here that we don't even have featured, just given how many students have launched products. But if you guys go on and launch a product in our course and you message us once you launch, we'll put your product right behind us. You can be part of Travis's YouTube journey in all of his videos going forward. So that should be some inspiration for you to get started. But anyways, he took his expertise, launched this product, and as we mentioned, went on to do $500,000 a year. But the question is, how did he get there? He didn't come from nowhere. I mean, he was doing stuff before this. So how did he go from not having any reach, from not having any brand, from not having any followers to launching a product like this? He raised $100,000, this is in euros, but it's just about $100,000 on Indiegogo for his product. Now, if you don't know about Indiegogo and Kickstarter will both let you raise money for a project before you launch it. But let's just say you have $0 and you need $10,000 to manufacture your product. You can start a Kickstarter and raise $10,000 from people who are interested in your idea to then pay your manufacturer to actually create your product. That's the process we follow with the Passion Product. And some people opt to do it, some people don't. AJ was able to raise $100,000, incredible amount. And here's how he was able to do it. AJ used TikTok. And we can see here 2 of AJ's TikTok's accounts. The first one is Cocktail Cards, where AJ started with 0 followers when he joined the program. And he went on to gain almost 500,000 followers and over 40 million views to his content. He also, on his personal page here, has gotten about 10 million views, a decent number of followers, tons and tons of support. And how did he do this? He did this by posting short form content. He posted short TikToks like this. I encourage you guys to check this out. This is telling his story right here. He created an account. You got to see this one, right? 1.1 million likes and probably like 100 million views, or not 100, but 10 million views right here. You can see him sketching out, him showing how he created Cocktail Cards. He made a video about this. And the videos he created a while during this, we can go through and scroll through, he created how to make all these different drinks. Super easy videos like this. And it was a system, and he just stayed consistent with it. And he channeled people to his pre-launch list. He stayed consistent with this and posted tons and tons of videos and was able to gain this many followers that he was able to channel into his Indiegogo when he launched, raise $100,000 before his product launched, and then go on to do over $500,000 a year since he launched this product almost 5 years ago now. There's 4 tools we're going to talk about utilizing short form content. The first one, Instagram Reels. The second one, TikToks. The third one, YouTube Shorts. And fourth, we'll talk about viral hacking. Now, why do I recommend these programs? Because all these programs are promoting short form content. These apps like TikTok and Instagram, they want people to start posting short form content, so they'll reward you in the form of engagement and exposure. So if you're a business or a person and you make a post using short form content on one of these 3 platforms, they will be super likely to push your content out. They want to get people to your content. I can make a content about my product, Performance Gum, and TikTok will push it out to a couple thousand people. And then that's a couple thousand people that had no idea what my product was, that now know the product and got it through exposure. And it's all about getting on there and doing it. We look at small businesses, short form content equals loyal customers. By getting in front of their face, getting that exposure that these companies are basically offering out there for free. How to succeed with short form content. Number 1, you start with a hook. You have to lock people in. I recommend for anybody starting to make content for the first time, I hear a lot of people, one of the biggest things I hear is people come to me in the program and they're like, I just really don't want to make content. It's just too hard for me. It's a learned thing for everyone, right? Everyone starts somewhere and has to learn the ropes and how to do it. And by getting on TikTok, by getting on Instagram Reels and seeing what other people are doing, you can start to familiarize yourself with it, get comfortable. But then at some point you have to start creating. And the first thing is start with a hook, something that gets someone's attention. They do not want you to know about this secret. Dive into the product. If you're on the carnivore diet, you need to know this. That could be something for our product, Carnivore Electrolytes. You hook them in, and it's constantly seeing what other people are doing for their hooks and using them. But think about what would capture your attention. If I was on the carnivore diet, I need to know this. Okay, I better keep watching. Something that gets someone's attention. Get people's attention, lock them in, and keep going from there. And so once you get the hook, you've got to keep the engagement high. Keep the story. You can't drag on. It's short form content. You keep the idea and you condense it down and you make it work. You got to be careful with every single line. Don't say anything that doesn't need to be said. You're keeping the elements of the story without any of the bloat around it. Number 3, as I mentioned, copy what others are doing. Funnel hacking and short hacking is the best thing you can possibly do in the space. If someone has a video that went viral, how do you go viral? You borrow from their success with your product. For instance, you see someone that promoted their product and you say, okay, well, let me take this same idea and bring it over to my market and use it to promote my product by saying the same hook they used, by doing the same storyline, but shifting it around to yours. The whole space is constantly about borrowing and taking inspiration for others, putting it into your own words in order to grow your product. Number 4, great strategies, creating a loop. If you use short form content, you know it when they go around to the end of the video and you don't realize it ended because it connected together. So starting it off, ending it in a way the video loops and you can keep watching it without realizing it. The algorithm basically will keep showing a video up more and more depending on how many people stayed watching it for the first 5 seconds. That's basically the stay on rate. And then the retention rate. How many seconds did they stay on the video for? And if they stay on for more than one go around, you're getting an over 100% retention rate. And that is amazing for the potential for your video to go viral. Number 5, post daily at least. These programs reward consistency. If you're posting on TikTok, Instagram, get a post up every single day and the algorithms will reward you. With our YouTube channel, the more we post, the more exposure we get. And that's because YouTube is rewarding us for being consistent and posting all the time. And the same thing can be the case for you. Now, so many people worry about getting started. They're like, oh, I'm just not good at it. No one's good at it to get started. I wasn't good at any of this stuff when I was getting started, and it just took practice. It took creating, figuring out what's working, diving into the space. But if you aren't making content on social media, you are leaving so many customers on the table. You're like, I can't even tell you how much exposure you're missing out on. So if you aren't successful and you aren't using social media, then the number one obvious thing to do would start short form social media. And then the biggest one, number 6 here, is always have an offer. Another problem, if you're posting on social media and you don't have anything to direct people to, it's wasted customers. You can't just hope those people are gonna come back. You have to have an offer. An offer can be as simple as join my email list. That's an offer. If you aren't selling your product yet, at least be building an email list. My product creation group, where you can funnel people to a group. It can be pre-order my product on Kickstarter. You can drive people to a pre-order of a product. Or it could be buy my product on Amazon. But there needs to be an offer that you're channeling people towards, so all this traffic isn't for nothing. You gotta have a call to action. And if you put all these things in action, daily posting, looking what others are doing, good hooks, good engagement, and always having an offer, then you will have success with short form content. The next thing we want to talk about is utilizing influencers. Influencers can be your best friend. People buy their favorite creators' products their favorite creators recommend. Right here we can see The Rock and his tequila brand. What does The Rock know about tequila? I don't know, but he's got a lot of followers and people buy his tequila because they know him and they know his brand. Mr. Beast over here in his chocolate. What does Mr. Beast know about chocolate? I don't know, but he has an audience that will buy his product given who he is. So influencer marketing is the big thing in 2025. It's only going to continue to grow. And tapping into influencers to promote your product is one of the best things that you can do. And some people, if you're really, really afraid to make short form content, you can have influencers do it for you, which we'll talk about in a second. Although I recommend you tap into both. So let's take a look right here at this myth. You need a large budget to work with influencers. This myth is completely false. And the secret is micro-influencers. If we look at this graph right here, the types of influencers, this is a little graph from Social Pilot right here, and they show this graph. We're focusing on the bottom half. We're focusing on that 100,000 to 10,000 and that 1,000 to 10,000. These are influencers that we can easily tap into that will promote our product that we don't need to have a ton of money to work with, and we can still have great results. So let's look at how that is. Why micro-influencers? Number one, it's easy to connect and access them. You can message them, they'll get back to you, they're eager to work with you, they're reliable. A lot of micro-influencers are just eager to do deals. They have to be reliable if they want to get deals. They don't have the abundance of being a super in-demand person, so they have to be reliable if they want to get deals. There's a lot more micro-influencers than there are macro-influencers, so you can stack and work with 10, 20, 100, 1,000. We've probably worked with 500 influencers for carnivore electrolytes because there's tons and tons of these micro-influencers we can work with. And then utilize large numbers. If they're abundant, we can utilize this and work with large numbers of them. And the best thing, number 5, is micro-influencers will do free or for product deals. Meaning, if you're working with a macro-influencer, they might say, okay, I'll do a post, pay me $100,000. And you're like, oh, I don't have that. But micro-influencers are oftentimes willing to do deals just for product. You can set them up with an affiliate code to make a percentage of the sales they bring in and a free product, and they're super happy. For instance, when I was doing Performance Gum, the NIL had just come into effect. And if you don't know what the NIL is, it's basically college athletes can now do brand deals. And a lot of these college athletes were just super eager to do a brand deal and make a post and say, oh, I'm sponsored, right? And so I did so many for product deals where I'd send product to these influencers, they'd make a post, and we do have a great deal right there. I was able to work with 100 plus influencers because of this. So this is the key. Using micro-influencers, tapping in, getting out there, finding people in your space. What we do when I get started is I make a big spreadsheet of just everybody in my space I'd love to work with. TikTok Shop has built-in mechanisms to connect with influencers in the space. We did a video for Levanta. They have similar things to connect with influencers. But part of it is just finding people on these platforms, searching TikTok, finding people, and then reaching out. That's the key right here. Then finally, as we talked about, is a product launch group. Now, product launch groups are great. Product launch groups are what we do for most of our product launches. And here we can see our one for carnivore electrolytes. What is a product launch group? Now, a product launch group, what it does is it allows you to get people behind the scenes in the process early. So you want to launch your product, right? Let's just say you aren't ready to manufacture yet, or you want to get people building while you're manufacturing. While you're posting on social media, you feed people into your product launch group, and that's where you can share the behind the scenes of your product. And number one, you can get feedback on your product. You can say, hey, what color's better? What logo's better? You can send your product to people. You can get feedback on that. Number two is people love being a part of something. So if you're in a product launch group from the beginning and you get to help out in the creation of the product, when you finally go to sell the product, you're gonna be so excited to order the product. You're like, hey, I was a part of making this. I'm so happy. And so I did this, my product, Performance Gum, and we channeled it, and we raised about $3,000 on a Kickstarter from what we did and had a great launch on Amazon. Travis did this and raised over $15,000 for Performance Nut Butter. And it's about getting people involved early, bringing them behind the scenes of the process, and that builds a lot of reciprocity that they will then give to you when you finally launch on Amazon. So we started a different TikTok for each of the products we launched. So I showed you could check out the carnivore electrolytes. I believe it's carnivore.electrolytes. You can check out Cocktail Cards, just at Cocktail Cards. But just follow as many people in the space, and they're going to be a lot of great inspiration.